Hi everyone, I decided to get on here. My plans are to try to learn how to knit. Been wanting to do this for the longest time. I watch Arnie and Carlos's channel and wish I could do all that knitting that I do. I just love it. I love the way knitting looks. I got cheap needles, cheap yarn just for practicing. And when I get the hang of it, then I'll start buying the better stuff and buying patterns. I want to knit so bad. I watched a lot of their Arnie and Carlos's Christmas videos where they make those Christmas balls and stockings and whatnot and all those beautiful sweaters that they make. I just want to learn how to knit. So if anybody out there has any advice for me, let me know. Sorry about that. I had to take a call. I found on Marketplace this older woman was giving away all this fabric for free. So I sent my daughter out there to go collect it. It's about an hour and something away from us. So she just called. She went go up to the lady herself. So she sent her husband. And oh my gosh, she could barely speak English. So let me put you down a bit. Oh gosh, I hope I can catch on to this. I hope you can see something. I have my phone right here, so it'll be talking to me. Alright, let me get started. Let's see what this guy does.
The end of the yarn, and the rest of the yarn is going to be connected to this ball. You can just kind of let that be. And just pull out enough yarn to be comfortable to work with. I always end up with like a pile of loose yarn here, and it sometimes becomes a tangled mess, and that's totally fine. So take the tail end of your yarn, and we can put our needles aside for now. What we're going to do is we need to make a slip knot on the end of this yarn. So to make a slip knot, you want to take the yarn like this, and with the tail end, flip it over the part that's connected to the yarn, just like this. Okay. So you make a little loop here. We're going to take two fingers and put it through this loop like this. And what we're going to do is grab the yarn that's connected to the rest of the yarn, so this end of the yarn. We're going to grab it with the two fingers and pull it through this loop that we created. So you come up, you grab that part of the yarn, and then just gently pull a little tight, but not too tight, just so it's snug. So you should end up with this nice little noose here that you can make tighter and looser depending on which end of the yarn you're pulling on. So with this loop, this is actually going to be your first stitch that you put on your needles. So take your needle, put it through the loop that you just made, and if you pull the end of the yarn that's connected to the rest of the yarn, everything should gently tighten. The loop is going to tighten up on the
I got it, people, I got it.
A little bit of a tug, so it's nice and snug.
Got it this far.
Not too tight, because you're going to be working with this. You want it to remain a little loose. It's okay if it moves around a little bit.
Now you got to figure out
just make sure that it's
how to hold it
on the needle. So this first loop is actually going to be the first stitch on our project, and the number of stitches that we put on this first needle is going to determine the width of whatever it is you're knitting. So if it's a scarf and you have maybe about 20 or so stitches, then you're looking at a scarf that's going to be about this wide, and it will just grow out from there. And these needles that I'm using here are pretty short just because they're easy to maneuver for me for the video. But most knitting needles are going to give you a lot of space to do a pretty large project. To cast on those
along my 14 inches.
Another slip knot is actually much easier than that.
I wanted to make sure.
All you have to do is make more more loops, and we're going to put those loops onto this needle. Important note that I should have mentioned at the beginning also is that I am right-handed, so all of my instructions are going to kind of cater towards right-handed people.
Good.
If you're left-handed, hopefully you can make it work so it's comfortable for you, or maybe
I guess this is how you hold it. I'm not sure.
Or something.
Not really sure, people.
It's easy to follow along as well. So to get more stitches onto the needle, what we're going to do is just gently wrap the yarn around your index finger like this. So you're holding the yarn in your left hand, wrap the yarn like this, and it naturally is going to create a little loop around your index finger like this. And what we're going to do with this loop is we're going to slip it onto this needle, or we're going to use the needle and scoop the loop off of our finger. So you have the yarn, you kind of turn it a little bit so it creates a loop, and then just take the needle and scoop the loop up through the bottom and pull it off like this. And then just kind of gently pull it tight, not too tight.
Right.
You just want it to be snug.
Okay, let me try that.
So to do that again, you just wrap the yarn around your left index finger, take the needle, come up through the bottom, and scoop the loop off onto the needle, just like that.
Okay.
Doing a couple more. So each one of these
I
is
got
going
it.
to make your project wider and wider. As you go about this, you'll notice that you're forming a kind of ridge here where all the loops are kind of lined up.
Okay. And I guess you put as what stitches you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. This is awkward to me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I can do wider than that. 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I don't know. What do you think? Still too thin for a scarf. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Is that too many? Is it too little? I don't know if you separate it or how you do it, but this is my beginning. It's not bad. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 44, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. All right. What do you think? 50 should be good, no? 50, maybe 60. I'll do 60. 51. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. I know this is a quilting channel, but I've been dying to learn how to do this. It's not just a quilting channel. It was based on quilting, but I do all kinds of things. Hope nobody gets upset with that, but I like to try new things. And I've been wanting to learn so bad how to knit. This is good. I think that's a good length, right? I don't know how close these are supposed to be. Close. There you go. That's good. Wrap around my neck. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Now, let's see what else he has to say. I got that far.
Up, so right here there's a nice little uniform edge of where all the loops are kind of looping over each other. So you have this nice little ridge. Feel free to space everything out to give yourself more room, and it's okay if you grab it. But just make sure that that ridge doesn't get twisted. A lot of times, if you're gripping the needle or something, that ridge is going to get twisted around. So just make sure that you keep that ridge as straight and uniform as possible so you don't get anything mixed up or twisted.
Okay.
So I've casted on 18 stitches onto this needle, and that's about as much as I can comfortably fit onto this needle. And I'm going to kind of space them all out a little bit just so they can have a nice little room to breathe between the stitches. Once you have the number of stitches casted on that you want, what we're going to do is we're going to turn the needle around just like this. So we're on the back side of it. So we've got the front here, turn it around here. So the yarn, the tail end of the yarn is on the back or the left side of the needle, and the rest of the yarn here is right at the front of the needle. With your needle in this position, you can hold on to it with your left hand. It's okay if you touch the stitches that you just casted on. Just make sure you're not gripping it too tightly so if anything gets twisted or messed up or anything like that. Just lightly hold it. And now we're going to start knitting. So this is the most complicated part, but this is the bread and butter of knitting. I mean, this is the actual knitting that we're going to do. So take your second needle that we have,
right
and
here,
right away we're going to get
needle
into this first loop or this first stitch, and we're going to start knitting this entire row of stitches. So to knit, this is how you do it. So you want to take your first stitch here in the row. This is the yarn that's connected to the rest of it. Make sure you're not using the tail end of the yarn, because that's not going to give you anything to work with. On the front of your needle, you've got the rest of the yarn, and you've got this first stitch here. Slide the stitch up to the end of the needle. It doesn't need to be too close, but don't worry about it falling off or flying away or anything like that. It's okay. And what we're going to do is this. We're going to take the second needle and take it through this loop, up through the back side of the left-handed needle. So take your needle and put it to the left side of this first stitch and scoop it through the loop along the back side of the left needle, just like this. So you're creating kind of an X with the two needles. So I'll do that again just real quick so you can see. You've got the loop here, take the needle, take it along the left side of the loop, stick it up through the loop, come up along the back side of the two needles. And then once you have that X, you're going to take the yarn here. This is the yarn that's connected to everything else, the rest of the ball of yarn. And we're going to loop it around the back right needle, just like this. So slip it around the back right needle that's along the back side and pull it not too tight, but give it a nice little tug.
Wait.
And it's going to be pulled. To have that X, you're going to take the yarn here. This is the yarn that's connected to everything else, the rest of the ball of yarn. And we're going to loop it around the back right needle, just like this. So slip it around the back right needle that's along the back side and pull it not too tight, but give it a nice little tug. And it's going to be pulled between these two needles.
Oh, I gotta figure this out.
So between the X, to loop it around the back right needle, just like this. So slip it around the back right needle that's along the back side and pull it not too tight, but give it a nice little tug. And it's going to be pulled between these two needles. So loop, stick it up through the loop, come up along the back side of the two needles. And then once you have that X, you're going to take the yarn here.
I'm trying to figure this out. Going through. Okay. I'll go wrap it around. And I'm stuck. I don't know what I'm doing. This is crazy. I'm not used to this. Wrap it around. Boy, I'm not good at this. Please don't laugh at me. Okay, take this, wrap it around this way, and pull it through. Is that how it goes?
This is the yarn that's connected to everything else, the rest of the ball of yarn. And we're going to loop it around the back right needle, just like this. So slip it around the back right needle that's along the back side and pull it not too tight, but give it a nice little tug. And it's going to be pulled between these two needles. So between the X, it's going to come.
Gotta get it all straight. Okay. Through here. Come up to the back.
Come up through the middle of them, come down here like through the bottom, and then you're going to take the right needle, the one that's in the right hand, we're going to come down and scoop off this remaining loop. So come down through the loop, come up along the left side like this, and pull it off the left needle completely. And if you pull everything a little tight, should look all right. So that is knitting. It's kind of crazy. It can be really weird and intimidating, and this does not, especially since this is just our first row, it does not look like we did anything, but I promise you it's going to get much clearer and easier as we go along. So moving right along, we're going to do the second stitch now. So we've got the second stitch up to the edge of this, up to the end of this second needle on the left. Take the right-handed needle, come up through the loop along the back side, so you form a kind of X here, and then take your yarn.
All right. I gotta figure this out. I'm so clumsy with this. All right. Go through here. Like that. Come around. Like that. Oh my gosh, this is going to take some time. But I'm going to practice this. Oh my goodness. Let me take this all off and start over. I'm just going to do a couple stitches that way. I can figure this out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Then he said turn it around like this. Okay. Add that up a little bit. And go in here into the back side. Wrap this around. There, I guess. Do it again. This is not easy for those of us that don't know how to do it. But I'm going to practice on this. Oh, people, please don't laugh at me. I just want to learn how to knit. I'm used to one needle. Come down through the middle. And pull it off. Oh my goodness. This is not easy. Okay, here you go. Like this. I'm dropping the needles. Oh. Help, please, help. Teach me how to knit. Okay. To the back. Okay. Maybe I did the stitches too tight. That's what it seems like. It should go on there really easy, and it's not. Wrap it around. Yeah, it's too tight. I think I did them too tight. Yep. Let's try it again. What do they say? Practice makes perfect, right? Try to not make it so tight. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Let's try this again. And come back to the back side. Swing this around to the middle. Okay, let's do this again. Oh my goodness. Be nice to catch on already. Oh my goodness. This is not easy when you don't know how to do it. But I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. I've never used 2 needles, so my hands don't seem to want to work. Okay. Let's try the next one. I don't know. This is really not easy. Let's try this again. This way. They make it so easy when you watch people that already know how to knit. They make it look so easy. And it's not easy. It really is not easy. Not for me. Anyway, my hands don't want to work that way. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to work on this a minute, but I won't put you on pause. This is not easy. I'm trying, and I can't get the hang of it. Oh. He's falling. I don't know. Let me try this again. I guess I'm going to be doing this all day. Because, I don't know, my hands don't work that way. I got this down pat. This seems to be pretty easy. I'll just do sample. I'll try to get this hang of this. Here's the, okay, and I'll put it through the back. Wrap this around. And come through. Oh, see? Alright, got that. And come through the back. Alright. Oh, it didn't catch. Nope. Oh, it's not easy. It's really starting to get me angry. I always say I do everything well. Not this. Can't do this well. It's not easy. I'm going to practice this. When I can get this down pat, I'll go to the next step. This is not easy. Alright, crisscross, right? Wrap this around. Now, take it off. Maybe that's what I'm doing, it too tight. So used to crocheting and just wham, 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 wham. Oh. Who invented this? Oh, I got it. Okay. No, the next one. That to the back, right? Oh. If I can get this down pat, I'll call it a day for this video. I think that's it. I'm not sure. Into the back. Okay. Off. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong, I think. I think I got these too tight. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I believe it takes a lot of practice. Yes, practice makes perfect. Alright. You gotta drop it off the needle, right? Let me do it this way. Another one. Okay, I got it this far. Oops. I don't seem to be able to hold on to my needles. Okay. That's as far as I got. I don't know what it looks like. Can you see? Looks messed up, don't it? But I'm going to practice this for today. Tomorrow, hopefully come out doing better. But I'm going to practice this. In the meantime, still working on this. You know, if anybody's ever done hexagons, especially these half-inch hexagons to make anything, blanket or whatever, like I'm doing a quilted jacket, it really takes time. If you could actually see my fingers, they're like torn up. They hurt. My wrists hurt. I mean, I got that whole sleeve. It's not cut out yet, but I got enough of them all together to take the sleeve pattern and cut it. And I'm following those rows to complete this sleeve. and then I'll go on to part of the body of the jacket, which I hope is soon. But this is a time consuming. It really is. It's real time consuming. And it looks like this is going to be time consuming for me too. But I'm going to practice this over and over until I can really do it. Then I'll go to the next step with y'all. Yes, you all. And I hope you all are having a fantastic day. I hope you are watching my videos. I hope you guys seen the last video. And I hope you all are preparing to subscribe so you can enter to win the prize. Probably gonna have more of that 'cause I don't know. I like doing that. Buying things and letting somebody win it. I think it's nice. But I'm going to practice this over and over again today. I'll sit in my chair over there, put the TV on, and just practice this. And when I can get this down pat, I'll go to the next step and practice that. Practice it all. Because I really need to get in sync with working with 2 needles. I'm so used to just crocheting. I crochet fast. I get done really quick. But it's been 41 minutes, I think. Oh, I'm done for now. I'll probably come back later. If I get this, like, a lot easier, get it done a lot easier. So if you like this video, you liked my last video or the one before that, please give me a thumbs up. Anybody out there that has any advice and what would make it easier for me to learn how to knit, I would love to hear it. Give me some advice because, like I said, I watch Arnie and Carlos. I love their channel. I love the things that they make, all the fancy stitching and designing, and I loved when they were doing the Christmas balls and the birdies and all that different stuff. I want to learn how to do all that and be able to follow a pattern. I love the look at knit. If I can learn how to knit, I'll be knitting those hats as well. Matter of fact, because this winter I'll be making more, so I bought the little tags. They say homemade on there, homemade with love on there. Little tags that I'll be putting on the hats. And I got the fox fur pom-poms. I think there's, I don't know, like 40 of them in here. 40, 50 of them. 40 of them in here. All different colors for the hats. Pom-poms for the hats. And, not only that, I would love to be able to knit a cardigan sweater with the designs. Oh my god, that'd be so pretty. I want to do that so bad. So much talent. Anybody could do that. You all have talent if you really know how to knit like that. And I want to learn, so please let me learn. Teach me. Give me some advice down below. Please leave a comment if you have any advice on how it would make it easier for me or what I can do, blah 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 blah. Please And like I said, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. The giveaway will be on the 31st of October. It's my year anniversary of opening up this channel. If anybody was thinking about, well, my channel is supposed to be about being able to quilt on a low budget or next to nothing, well, that's exactly what I'm doing. Everything I made, I didn't go out there and spend a lot of money. Majority of it so far is already been bought cheaply, like through Walmart and stuff like that. Joann Fabric sales, big sales. It's not what you call the best quality, but it's there and you can make a quilt. So yeah, actually what I'm doing is all about my channel. Everything's at low cost. These were at low cost. The yarn was at low cost. All my yarn. I basically buy my yarn at Walmart, and it's cheap. I bought at Joann Fabrics as well when it was on sale. But everything I do is at a low cost. So just watch my videos, and anybody out there that's a beginner or wants to begin doing anything, just watch my channel. So don't forget to subscribe. Stay in touch. Be blessed. And enjoy your day. See you next time. Bye.